Yo, what's up, collective? It's your Uncle 79, the Spiritual Savage, FKA the Jack of Clubs, also known as Dwayne Lamar Bowdry, my given name, my government name. Here we go, people. Let's give praise to the Most High God, my dad, for bringing us here today for this message. I'd also like to thank my Soul Tribe family, my spirit guides, my spirit team, law enforcement. Also like to thank my baby out there, wherever you are. I love you. I'm going to return the sender 10 times for God, it will love and light things that not belong to the collective and me. So motor be, so motor be, so motor be, and so it is. And all evil eyes are going blind today. I will transmute the negative energy that comes my way, but guess what? I'm going to do everything in my power to send it back where it came from, because it's not mine, it's yours. Duh. What up, sis? What up, Wheat? What up, Auntie? What up, Dexter Bruja? What's up, Mommy Wata? I was just listening to her. I love her. She's the deal. I like her delivery. So I was called to give a message. How do you tell a story that nobody wants to hear? I'm going to repeat that. How do you tell a story that no one wants to hear? Because they already know the story most of the time. Or they just don't care. Or they don't understand, they don't get it, so they get scared and they run away. Or maybe you don't know how to tell the story. Maybe you're not telling the story the right way so people can understand it. Maybe you need to reapproach a situation. But we're about to dive into that anyway. I'm going to pause this real quick because I got to get my coffee because I guess I'm up. It's 3:43. I'll be right back, people. One moment. We're back. Yo, I love how my cats watch me do stuff. They just watch because they're like, I'm gonna do that when he leaves. This is weird shit. But anyway, I had to grab my coffee and my granola, salted caramel granola by Good and Gather. Target shit is bomb, y'all. Bomb. I don't put it on no yogurt or nothing. I just eat it raw. Y'all so nasty. I swear to God. Alright, let's get to it. So, before I pull a few cards, I just want to get back to what I'm saying. So, I was getting my breakfast. I heard gang stalking because for years now it's been happening to me. It's gotten progressively worse, but I realize what it is. You know, I have people upstairs for me, follow me around my apartment from room to room, and just they do it to kind of get in my mentals. You can't, because I'm smarter than them. I'm more highly elevated than they are, and I have God's protection. God don't play about me. God is crazy about me. Okay, that's what I know. I was on the bus yesterday. When I went to the pet clinic thing, and this lady got on, and she was coming from the airport, obviously, but she had this big ass suitcase, and so like the bus, they were using a different bus, so all these people were kind of looking at her like, if this bitch don't move that suitcase out the way. I was like, I don't want no shit to get started. I was sitting across from her, so I said, you want me to lift that up for you? And I just gotta make sure Trip ain't over there doing nothing stupid. And she was like, oh, it's so heavy. Never mind. No, I got you. So I picked it up, put it on the seat. You know, men out there, men, niggas, dudes, whatever, man. If you are walking into a building and you see a lady going to the building, go run and grab that door open for the lady. If you see a lady struggling with a bag, a suitcase, or what, and she needs help, don't even offer to help her. Just say, I got it. Fuck is wrong with y'all? Chivalry is not dead. Neither is just decent respect. It could be a dude who looks like he's struggling with something. Fucking ask him if he needs some help. Fuck is wrong with y'all? That's what's wrong with. What's wrong with y'all. But that's a whole. I'm getting off. I digress. So we started a conversation. She saw the cats, and she's telling me her cat's name was Smokey. We didn't exchange names or nothing like that. I did tell her what my name was online. And we got into a conversation about spiritual, you know, because that's what always happens with me anyway. And I told her, I said, you know, there's, I'm not really a religious I'm not a religious person. I'm definitely more spiritual than religious. And she said that she was, was really in the church, but she's kind of gotten away from that. She's more spiritual now. And we still, we got to talking, and I was just telling her, like, yeah, they don't really like my big mouth in the religious community. And she was just like, she looked at me and she said, be careful, okay? I was like, she said, some people are just crazy. And I was like, yeah, I know. I said, but ain't nobody crazier than God when it comes to me. She said, I know, but just be careful. So I took it, and it got bumps down. It meant a lot to me to have a conversation. Matter of fact, she's from Charlotte. I lived in Charlotte. Had a lot of things. She was just a very nice person, nice lady, nice spirit. And so, what I realized about that is because God don't play about me, He ain't playing about you either, collective, and I mean that. 5:45 on the clock. So what I'm coming in to say is that a lot of us are being gang stalked. And it is a very psychologically destructive warfare that is used. But you got to remember mind over matter every day. Mind over matter. And the matter of the fact is that people that are gang stalking you, they're doing it because they want to ruin you. They want to destroy you. But also, they have to perpetuate an idea about you because they've lied. Confirmation. They've lied. And so what they have to do is they have to, curate a story, frame a story, so to speak, or frame an image. But what better way to frame an image than to have you play the part? That way they don't have to lie. They've lied, and then you will carry the lie lives on in the delusions or the illusions created by the gang stalking and the threatening and all this whole paranoid ass behavior that they do. It's done so that you fit into this whole image that they have crafted for you, created, because one of the main things I've learned about gangs, they can't touch you. Like they physically, they are not supposed to touch you, because that's against the that's blatantly against the law. It's a total violation, and they know once an investigation, there's too much covering up for them to do, so that they have to let you take yourself out. They have to let you be the curator of your own destruction. Mind over matter. As a matter of fact. That shit don't bother me no more. I don't give a fuck. Follow me around, make little noises. Just don't come in my motherfucking crib. Don't put your hands on me. They don't have to. They can do whatever they want. They can follow you around. They can make fun of you. This is a free country. People can say and do whatever they want to do, just as long as they don't put their hands on you. Now, when the lies and shit become, destructive to your livelihood, and it becomes of a detriment to your lifestyle, to your livelihood, when it becomes emotionally damaging, then it becomes against the law. Then that is when the shit really ramps up, because then all they want you to do is take you out. That's when the things start getting a little different, and that's when, unfortunately, people do take things too far, but they get caught. In some type of way, you are indemnified. You are made whole again. And so, I just wanted to say that. Like, share, follow, comment down below, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you can get another one of these messages, because these kind of conversations are needed. Because for a while, I would not be this far along in my spiritual journey if I had not went on YouTube and looked some things up, because I just felt like I was going crazy. I really did, and I really felt like maybe I am going crazy. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. I thought all these negative things, and it attracted all this even more negativity, and all of it was done just to cover a big lie. Yeah, that's what I heard. So peace be unto you this morning. Peace be with you. May the force be with you. Just understand that there's a greater purpose for you outside of people fucking with you or gang stalking you or trying to drive you crazy. Because even crazy people, anybody who invented anything in this country is fucking insane out of their mind. Or so they said. Some of them the greatest artists and musicians, fucking teachers, prophets. They were all fucking out of their mind. Compared, as far as what society said that as a whole. Hell, they said Jesus was crazy. They killed him for that. So what do you think is going? Do we even need to go there? I think we just might. All right, so check it. I don't know where this Bible came from. It was in my house down in Rochester one day, I think, or when I first moved up here. But I found it in my house. I don't remember ever getting this Bible, and it had a post-it on there. So I went to the page and I started to read, and somebody had underlined passages from it. So I'm just going to read it. This is Chronicles chapter 20, starting at verse 6. And it says, "And said, O God of our fathers, are you not not God in heaven? And do you not rule over the kingdoms of the nations? And in your hand is there not power and might, so that no one is able to withstand you? Are you not our God, who drove out the inhabitants of this land before your people of Israel, and gave it to the descendants of Abraham, your friend forever?" Then it jumps to verse 16, chapter 20, verse 16 in Chronicles. Two Chronicles, whatever, Bible shit. And then, so this is where the person underlined it, or whomever. It says, "Do not be afraid, nor dismayed because of this great multitude, for the battle is not yours, but God's." Then it jumps to chapter 17. This is just, I'm just reading where the person underlined. I don't, whatever. Let's do it. Bam. All right. "You will not need to fight in this battle. Position yourselves and stand still and see the salvation of the Lord, who is with you, O Judah of Jerusalem. Do not fear or be dismayed. Tomorrow go out against them, for the Lord is with you." 11:11. As I got done with that. What up? I'm gonna start reading this. Obviously, I just got God bumps all over my body. Because, and thank you God, thank you Dad for the message and for giving us an opportunity to have this conversation. Because do not be afraid. That's what I just was talking about. Man, fuck these gang stalkers, fuck narc ass family members, fuck all that negative energy that you're receiving. Either transmute it or send it back, do whatever you want to do with it, but just keep in mind, karma's a bitch and she works both ways sometimes. So if you're sending it back with a multitude of hatred and anger, my cats are bad as hell, y'all. I'm glad that they're not trying to kill each other, but now karma is fucking with him. Look at her. I gotta show you that. Look at her. She's a Maine Coon, so she got a tail like a raccoon. Fucking savage. She's like her dad is savage. But is that too bright for y'all? Yeah, it might be for me. I'm too light bright, and it's going into fall time, so I'm about to start looking like Bart Simpson, like that ass. What's up, baby? Good morning. So back to what I was saying. How do you tell a story nobody wants to hear? Tell it to God. Tell it to me. Write it. Journal it. Because sometimes there's going to be people that just don't want to hear what the fuck you gotta say, and that's not your problem. It's really not your problem. You can make it your problem, but then you have to also be mindful of the fact that nobody has to listen to your story. Nobody gotta fucking listen. A lot of people just aren't gonna fucking care. They got their own stories, and those are the kind of people you probably want to stay away from. I'm a person that's always had my story, but I've always wanted to hear everybody else's story too. And that's the beauty in life. That's the beauty of friendship. That's the beauty of love. Get to know it. Okay? We're gonna pull in some energy this morning. If you could just do me a favor and like, share, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell. Let's build this soul tribe. All right, let's do it. Well, when I get to 100, the 100th, I'll do a drawing when I get to 100 subscribers, and I'll send somebody one of my tarot decks. Because I do that a lot with people. I just give them a tarot deck if I feel it's needed. Hold on, let me grab my trays. Also, forgiveness is an order. Again, I can talk about that forever or not. I would rather talk about that forever than to talk about some other shit that is not helpful. But let's do with the Guardian Angels messages tarot deck. All I know is this: I'm a very forgiving person, and it goes back to, how do you tell a story nobody wants to hear, or how do you tell a story that someone doesn't want to hear? Because you may be afraid that they may turn you away, you may get rejected, blah 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 blah. The best thing to do, honesty is always the best policy. If a person doesn't want to accept your honesty as a peace offering and let you into their arms, their energy, their home, their life, they don't have to. But you have to be okay with you. You have to be okay with knowing that you did the right thing and understanding that the consequences of that may not be what you wanted them to be. But you still have to do the right thing, if not for you, for the other person, especially if you've done something wrong. Here, I've always been very forgiving, depending on what somebody's done to me, but at the same time, like, especially if I love you. You know, if I love you and I'm in love with you and, you know, things are misunderstood, shit happens. You know what happens? It just makes the sex better. Just don't ever do it again type shit. You know, from great tragedy comes great reward sometimes. Forges the best kind of relationships. A lot of the people I grew up with that were ended up being my best friends were people I absolutely fucking hated when I met them. Like, I didn't like them. And we had some beautiful moments, beautiful long-lasting friendships. Or I'll put it like this. No, I'm going to say that they were my friends too, even though it turns out like a lot of these relationships I had with people were extremely karmic, on the bad end of karmic, like these were karmic people, not karmics, but they're karmic motherfuckers. You know, there's a distinction. A lot of what I went through, I wouldn't have been able to come this far without those people, because, you know, that's the big kind of struggle people are having now, because they know that we were friends. Whether they came into my life on some fake shit, some phony shit, or they flipped on me at some point, they know that we were friends. Through whatever kind of bullshit was going on, we were friends. And it's hard to consider that. But they gotta move on. I've had to. And just know that whatever we shared from friends and we grew from doesn't have to die because we're no longer friends. It just means that you have to just kind of nurture whatever it is that you took from the relationship. That's how that works. And then also too, like, I'm gonna go back to it, like, hey, you know, when you have people manipulating situations, you know, you can apologize for your part in it, but it's not your fault, especially if you weren't aware of facts. If somebody manipulated you to mistreat somebody, to gang stalk somebody, to illegally survey somebody, you know, whether that be online, watching through hidden cameras, spreading rumors, you know, yeah, these are things. Spreading rumors is a totally different thing. But if you think somebody's done something wrong, and you feel like this is kind of getting being like a vigilante, or you're doing something that's going to be helpful because somebody hurt somebody that you love, just always remember to fact check some shit. I don't give a fuck who's telling you shit, because 9 times out of 10, you don't want to get into a battle with somebody whom you don't know, or you've not done the research on, because a lot of my family members and friends I've had are some fuck niggas and bitches. They start shit and they ran to me because they knew they understood the power in these hands, in this mouth, and in this mind, and they understood that because a ride or die like a motherfucker, I will have your back to the end of time. And that was a big asset for people, and I took some big losses for that. But just know, you know, I know, especially in my life, I know the major players and what they did to people around me and how they pitted people against me, and it's their fault, not yours. If you can wake up and see the light about a person or a situation and then make the changes that you need to make things right with you and that person, then the person should forgive you and try to maybe rebuild off of that or regenerate whatever it was. Now, if we were friends first and you fucked around and you flipped on me in a bad way and you knew me, that's different. But if you didn't really know me and you came against me, and then once you got to know me, you're like, damn, I feel bad now. Well, it's okay. I love you. I really do. And it's not your fault. And I say Ashe. I say Ashe. All right, let's pick up on this energy here. Dad, thank you again. Ancestors, thank you again for bringing me this far. Spirit guide, spirit team, law enforcement, all y'all. I love everybody. I do. Agape kind of love. Sincere love. And ain't nobody gonna take that. That's what they want to take away from me. My ability to love people the way that I love people, and they can't do that. So now these hoes and niggas is mad. Is this the one? These fucking cats. Testing. Alright. Yeah, it's on. Alright. I hope that, because if I said all that shit, but like I said, that's what 4 on the clock. People want to be able to take away my ability to love, because they understand that's the greatest weapon against whatever movement they're a part of. Karmic ass, evil ass, principality ass, oh, I worship Satan type face ass motherfuckers. Don't fuck y'all. Go do what you do. But I understand it has to be a balance. So let's do 800 on 5. We'll give this 4 more. 805, 806, 7, 808. Sorry. We'll get through it. One way or another. Alright. I looked at it. 816 divided to 8 by that's 2. That's all it takes. Like red. I'm just kidding. Alright. Holy Spirit, can I get some energy for this message, please? Can I get some energy for this message? What are we pulling on here? We are pulling on thank you. The 5 of fire, conflicts, annoyance, and competition. I just talked about this. Could be a fire sign. Hold on. Alright. Thank you. 909 on the clock. So 5 of fire. That's conflict. That's competition. That's unresolved issues. And I just talked about that. See how this works? Holy Spirit, can I get a card please for 5 of fire? 5 of fire, you could be a fire sign. Alright, we'll take those 3. This one came out first. This one came out second, and there's 1 flipped over. Alright, so you're a wounded warrior. 9 of fire. Protection, preparedness, and resilience. So through this conflict, annoyance, and competition, you've stepped out on the, you're in protection mode. You're defensive, so to speak, and you're prepared to fight. And you have gained some resilience. Strength and resilience. You know how I feel, but resistance to cover resilience. 1001, 2, 3, 4, 5. Divine order, divine orchestration. But resilience is built off being punched in the face or punched in the face too many times, and you're like, it don't hurt no more. It don't hurt no more. That's not strength. Strength is taking a blow and then knocking a motherfucker out. But they're both hand to hand. Armor, as opposed to not needing armor. Strong, to be strong means you don't need the armor. Resilience is the armor that you build against something that keeps coming at you. I don't like that. It just means that people are constantly kind of poking the bear, and I don't like that. The good thing about it is this: you come out the 10 of swords, 10 of air, endings, recovery, freedom. Now you're free from whatever this was. You're recovering. But this ending becomes the beginning. It's in the reverse, and it's manipulation. I can't make this up. Magician, you were fucked this up. A lot of what we are going through, the gang stalking, the whispers, the false narratives. It's due to dark magic. Rumors are dark magic. Gossip is dark magic, which is why it's encouraged to mind your fucking business. Don't be a part of it. If it doesn't belong to you, 121 on the clock, don't take any of it. Don't take any part. If it doesn't belong to you, don't pick it up. Let it stay where it is. It ain't your business. Mind your fucking business. You feel me? But you're dealing with a magician, a dark magician at that. I'm coming for you because they keep coming for me. I'm just saying you is just short, smart mouth, punk ass magician. That's what I'm seeing, like a smurf. It all started over a nigga. It really did. And somebody that's supposed to be dead, but they're not really dead. It all started from there. Somebody's fucking their stepbrother. And they got mad when the stepbrother didn't want to fuck them no more because they was fucking with somebody else much prettier and smarter and shit. That's what I heard. A low vibrational earth sign. A Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus. I have it heavily aspected in that chart. Somebody likes to waste money and spend it when they don't earn it. You get one for 5 of fire. My dark magic, how people can come out of that. That's that. Going within, getting closer to God. You got Boaz and Joaquinaz there, Secrets of Solomon. Listen to your intuition. And don't believe the lies. Don't believe the hype. Don't believe the hype sitting next to you. Dead ass, just don't. Don't believe the little hype inside of you. Getting you to go back to 13, 14, 13, 15. Don't believe the hype sitting next to you, the little hype in your head trying to get you to go back to addictions, negative thoughts, obsessions, violent thoughts. Listen to your discernment. Let me get a couple more. I'm gonna close it out. Trying to think about what I'm gonna call this reading. Give me another one, please. Ace of Air. Inspiration, communication, making adjustments. You got the Five of Water, disappointment, regret, and forgiveness. That's in reverse. No need to have any of that shit. You're forgiven. This is forgiveness. And hopefully you're inspired by this communication to make these kind of adjustments. Adjustments are being made for the truth. That's what I just heard. No more regrets. I don't regret anything. I don't have no regrets in my life. Because I understand everything was done for the divine purpose. That's another thing I was going to say too. I really feel like I'm about to meet the last and best love of my life. Out of conflict. Would I trade that in? Am I mad about that? No, fuck that. Thank y'all. Y'all pushed me closer to someone, a future that is mine. And everything that y'all did to try to keep me from moving forward actually propelled me even further, right into the places you didn't want me to be. So in a sense, you were there to catapult me into this future that is ahead of me, that you were not a part of. You'll have to watch from the distance. I'm hearing like TROs. ORPs. OFPs, I'm sorry. And a lot of fucking security. Because none of you motherfuckers will ever get within a 50 feet radius of me. I mean that. Yeah, because I got told you pushing me right into the arms of a partner that's going to care for me, and they're a fire sign too. So they're not going to play about me just like God don't play about me. You might fuck around and get your ass whipped like that ass. I don't, and I'm not even going to have to do it. I might spiritually spit on your ass while you laying there knocked the fuck out. But outside of that, I don't even have to touch you. I don't have to touch you now. I don't even have to really address you right now, but I'm doing this for a collective message because people have to see what it feels like to be, what it looks like 555. Thanks. People have to see exactly what it looks like to stand in power and not be afraid to discuss things, to talk about things, or to stand up for yourself, or to let a motherfucker know what line in the sand they shouldn't cross with you. It's okay to call your enemies out. They're calling you out all the time. But don't do it in a way that's tit for tat, like it's not, no. You do it to put a stop to it. You do it to create awareness. You do it to show people that you are growing and that you're getting stronger and that you don't need them for shit. You need my towel, please. Thanks, Dad. Yeah, Queen of Water. Because you're a loving, caring psychic. Use your intuition, babes. Wherever you are. Niece and nephew. Niece and nephew in this motherfucker. Domino motherfucker. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Continue to be the nice, caring psychic that you are, and helping people. A lot of what's very cathartic. Somebody like comment or come close to me, baby. Yeah, don't release. Come close to me. That's why releases. Come close to me, baby. That's like my favorite song. I want to get married to that song, I think. Or I want to get married. Love, love, love. Donny Hathaway. Emotional, Ace of Water, emotional relationships, intuition. Let your intuition guide you, the relationship you have with the other side, your spirit guide, your spirit teams, your guardian angels, your ancestors. with your Uncle 7'9", I ain't gonna lead you down the wrong way. And if I do, I'm gonna grab your hand and we're gonna find the fucking way out. If I take you down the wrong road, we're gonna make it out together. I ain't gonna just leave you there. We're gonna learn from it. Yeah, C6 of air. Sail off the calmer waters with your Uncle 7'9". Let me be your friendly cruise director as we sail off the calmer waters. 757. Yep, 7 of fires and reverse challenges, determination, and resistance. You're not going to be met with all blockages have been removed. Because I said so. Who gonna fuck with your spiritual uncle? Not nobody I know. Because I'm strong in the motherfucker and Leo is my North Node. And I can tame a motherfucking lion. Leo people in the North Node, Leo, Barack Obama, Beyonce, Justin Timberlake, Jessica Alba, motherfucking Wesley Snipes. I wrote them all down. Kelly Rowland. These are all people that had to break outside of a group to step into their to sit on their throne. And I'm very glad to be a part of that very kind of elite group of people. And that's where I'm headed. That's where they try to stop me. See, somebody stole my birth chart a long time ago, approximately maybe 3 years ago. Somebody got their hands on my birth chart, and that's when all things kind of just went straight to shit. Like, oh my god! And I couldn't understand why. It was because they stole my birth chart and were able to finally tune a plan to fuck me over. But you know where they fucked up as at? The time was wrong on it. It was like a couple of adjustments that they weren't prepared for. So they almost had it, but then they almost tried to. That's kind of like sneaking behind God's back. How you hide from God when He sees every motherfucking thing? That's how stupid y'all are. That's what I'm saying. But there's strength. We're gonna call it. We're gonna end it here because this is strength. This is what you just need to remember. You are strong. And I am Barack Obama, and I approve this message. All right, Uncle 7'9's out. And remember what I said. You know, this is how things happen for us, not to us. Because now I'm not gonna say that there wouldn't have been a level of greatness. Because I believe I'm great now, and I am not a rich motherfucker. I'm not, but I'm rich in spirit and rich in knowledge that a lot of people wish they had. See how that goes? And so that's why you got people coming with you, fucking with you too. Because you got gifts, you got knowledge. It's yours, but it's yours, not theirs. Yours. And so, like, no, I wouldn't trade this experience in for anything else. Especially if, look, listen, I be manifesting some shit. If these instances and experiences are pushing me to the arms of the person that I want, like for real, oh, thank you. We can go through this a million motherfucking times as long as I end up right where I feel like I'm going. That's what I'm saying. I love him. Like, this is your Uncle 7'9". I just came on this morning to share this with you. Don't do that. Do it if you need to. Save your life. Listen, because God sees everything. If there was ever a moment where God gave, where there was 2 minutes in eternity, where God took a quick nap and didn't see nothing, and I knew about it, I ain't gonna lie, I would take 120 seconds of slapping the fuck out of a bunch of fucking people. Alright, y'all. That's all I've got. I'm going to leave it there. Thank you for joining me this morning. It's your Uncle 7'9". You grow, I grow, I grow, you grow, we grow together. Things are going to get better for you. Trust me, they will. Especially if I get in the office. I'm going to work for the collective. Again, I am Barack Obama, and I approve this message. Thank you for joining me this morning. Grand motherfucking rising. I hope you have a better ascension. And baby, I love you. Fuck what they say. Fuck are they? Mean ass Smurfs. Alright, y'all. I'm out. Deuces.